Hello, everybody. This is Spider here at the Fight Card Podcast, coming to you from San Antonio, Texas. We are on location once again. I've got two guests with me in the studio. We have Ovidio Hernandez and Steven Flores with me. Hello, guys. How's it going?
Good, brother. How you doing, man? We're good.
Good, hanging in there.
Hey, guys. We were just talking earlier, and both you guys were actually started with Tama, which is the MMA amateur promotion back in the day. Now, Steven, you actually held a belt, a title. And what weight class was that?
That was at 145.
Now, I also asked you, you guys you didn't get to keep the title. You lost the title, unfortunately, but it was passed on, and you got something else?
Yeah, they kept the title, and then they gave me some kind of Fisher Price belt. You know what I mean?
Hopefully it was like the WWE, the spinner. You get to spin it around and entertain yourself.
Yeah, I don't think they had the budget for that.
No, not at that time. It would have been nice if you would have kept it, though, man. But your brother, Ovidio, you never you never fought for a title, correct?
No. If I wanted to get the 145 belt, I had to fight Steve.
And that was off the record, right? In the gym.
It was either that. We would settle it at the gym, but Steve would always win anyways.
We're saving that for pay-per-view.
There you go. Get your money worth. Definitely, man. You want to get paid. Now, let me ask you guys, as far as combat sports, you guys keep up with it. I know, like earlier we were mentioning, like the UFC has a fight pretty much every week, and it's hard for me, myself, to actually even know what number it is, man. I know it's either a fight night or Fight Island, and that's it. But how often do you guys watch the combat sports fights?
Weekly, probably. Twice a week, as much as we can, really.
Now, other than the UFC, you mentioned earlier Bellator has something coming up. I know they have the heavyweight division with Fedor actually coming back into the picture.
And I think Musasi's fighting this Friday or tonight, I think.
Dude, how old are these dudes, man? They're still fighting?
No, yeah. They've definitely been there for a while, so it's, they're still going at it, man. I know Fedor is coming back. His opponent, I looked him up, and his record's not that great, man, but, he is going to put up a fight. How do you guys see these old, not so much old timers, but these old fighters coming back and trying to get back into it, man? What are your thoughts on that?
I think if they still got it, man, why not? You know what I mean? As long as they're not having any issues with their head, I don't have any problem with it.
Yeah.
Steven?
Also, I think maybe they had more super fights with them instead of trying to compete for the belt or something. That would bring in a crowd too.
Yeah, that would actually make sense, man. I didn't even think about that, but actually pair him against another fighter from Pride or back in the day.
Another veteran.
Yeah, definitely, man. I know he fought Quentin Jackson, and even Quentin Jackson, when he fought him, he said he came in fat, man, and he did. He was out of shape, and he didn't look good at all.
Yeah, fathead for sure.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about as far as what's going on locally, man. Ovidio, you actually train, or both of you guys actually train at Ambush Muay Thai.
Yeah.
And earlier, I just brought this up. Their coach out there, man, Bobby P, he had a buddy of him. They're going to actually start bringing Muay Thai to Texas. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, man, it's gonna grow, man. The guy Jonathan, he's the one that puts on the shows in Houston. My daughter competed in one of his events, and yeah, man, I'm excited. It's growing.
So you just don't want to drive 3-4 hours, man. That's what it
exactly,
is,
man. Muay Thai needs to come to San Antonio, man, because it's either Oklahoma or Houston, one of the two.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, as far as your daughter trains, you said pretty much all your kids train in class.
Yeah, all of them, even the 4-year-old, man, they're all training.
Now, as far as school starting, how does that schedule differ?
Right after school, man. That's what we're going to do. Kids' class is like at 5, so, it's not a big deal.
Okay, and your kids already started school?
They start on Monday. Yeah.
Okay, so you still got them for one more week?
Yeah, bro, one more week.
I know I had Richard Odom's Monday, man, which I'm going to bring up in a little bit, but I brought him up. I brought it as far as his kids, and he said, man, I love my kids, but they got to go.
For real, yeah, no. I love the kids, but they got to go, I agree.
Now, as far as Richard Owens, bro, I didn't get to ask him. Your brother told me that you actually went against him in the Absolute.
Yeah, I did.
And, seeing the guy across the mat, what were you thinking, man?
I don't know. He saw me from across the mat, and he's just like, he's like, man, this is going to be easy.
Man, well, the fight, did it end in submission? I didn't even ask.
I don't really remember, actually, to tell you the truth, but I'm sure he got me some kind of submission.
So after you woke up, you were like, okay, I don't know what happened.
I just remember Steve getting tossed around the ring, man. That's all I remember. It was funny, pretty comical.
I got to practice my, my fall breaks and stuff.
No, definitely. You see, and there was no video. Nobody videotaped this.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to dig that.
Like I told you, we were broke fighters, bro. We had no cell phones at the time.
No, definitely, bro. You know, and that's, even then, I had a video camera, and I would catch as much as I could. But man, that would have been one to put on YouTube.
I think you were the only one recording stuff at the time, bro. I think
probably, like man. I wouldn't doubt it, man. And the thing about it too, man, and I noticed because I had to ask one of the fighters, like they would fight, and the person that was videotaping it, as soon as they would lose or start losing, they'd stop. So the whole fight wouldn't get captured. And I said, man, that's kind of sad.
Yeah. Cut the tape, getting my ass beat.
Yeah, edit. Man, well, let me ask you now. You guys said you went bike riding yesterday.
Yeah.
And what trail was this? Where do you guys go?
We usually go downtown. It was more of a social ride yesterday, right?
Yeah, definitely.
How many hours, man? How long were you out there?
We started at 7. We pretty much stopped around, 11 something?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was like right in the middle of the heat too, bro.
Yeah.
Man. Well, I'll give you that much, bro, because I'm out there and I don't like it. Let me ask you now, as far as training, I mean, you are in rehab. So right now, everything's going good with you?
Yeah. I mean, everything, the doctor just cleared me to start working out lightly. So bike ride is more than anything, But I think starting Monday, I might be back at Ambush.
Okay, but I mean, you're still taking the kids to class, so you're still involved.
Yeah, definitely. After they train, it's my turn to train.
No, that's how it works, man. Let them sit down and do their homework, man, when school starts.
Exactly.
Now, Steven, as far as I had asked you, man, I mean, you do train in Muay Thai at Ambush. When you stopped training, because you did stop for a while, right, after the whole Tama?
Yeah, I did stop for a while because I had injured my knee. And you know how when you're young and stuff, you're like, I don't need to go to the doctor and stuff like that. So,
yeah. Walk it off.
Yeah, walk it off. So every once in a while,
Put a little vapor rub on it.
Yeah, some Apurup for sure.
No. And let me ask you, your brother said he was a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. At that time, what were you ranked in?
In Jiu-Jitsu?
Yes, sir.
I'm still a purple belt since about the same time, yeah. So far, it's just 4 stripes. But
and,
for like 10 years now.
No, and I was going to ask that question because for me, like when I was training, I was on and off. And there was like 3 times in my life where I stopped. And I kind of felt awkward going back into it a year later with the same belt, thinking I'm gonna get my ass whooped. But I mean, if you guys were to start training again, I mean, would you put on that same belt?
Yeah. I always put on that same belt. I wear it with pride.
No. You see it, but I mean, it doesn't make you uncomfortable. I mean, you're just like, hey, because I'm just gonna be guys younger, faster.
It definitely makes you a target. They're like, oh, hey, look, who's this new guy with the purple belt? They
test them out.
Yeah, they want to test you real quick, but they find out. That we still got it.
What I like to do is I like to go nogi, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, new guy, cool.
There you go, man. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, definitely.
And then that's when I figure out whether I still got it or not. You know what I mean?
Then you put on the gi.
And then afterwards, put it like, oh, no wonder.
Let me ask you this, bro. When it comes to jiu-jitsu, I mean, back then, because we were in the same circle. I mean, you guys were training at a different gym or team, but even back then, I mean, both you guys. At that time when you guys stopped, I mean, you guys were in a good level. I mean, you could have easily gone pro and actually, kept up with it, man. What was it that kept? I don't know how that's your brother, but Steven, what was it that kept you from pursuing that?
Sometimes you have to make a decision between, something like working. I had to go to work and stuff like that, so I had to decide whether I wanted to pursue this career or it's kind of iffy.
Have a roof over your head and have some food.
Definitely. Yeah, pay the rent or train,
No, for sure, man. And that's always an issue. I mean, I know even the pro fighters now, a lot of them do work full time. I mean, the guys that do get away with not having to work either own a gym or they get sponsors, man, which is rare. But yeah, I can relate, man. I mean, definitely, money's always been a hinder for everybody, even myself. That's why I stopped doing this for a while.
Yeah, and like back in the day, we didn't have that many options, Nowadays, you have all these organizations coming up and stuff, so it's a little more helpful.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, with Bobby Peak and Jonathan Harris, I mean, them bringing Muay Thai especially. Tess has been eating this for years, man, and I hope they make it happen. I mean, obviously, they already got the licensing, so hope to see us Muay Thai here in San Antonio especially.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool, man, because not too long ago, Bobby brought some of the officials for the Muay Thai, and I got certified to ref Muay Thai, so it'd be pretty cool to actually do some events out here, rep them and all that stuff. So I'm definitely excited.
No, definitely, bro. Let me ask you this, man. When it comes to combat sports, I mean, and I was going to bring this up because I posted on my Facebook page, there's like 3 boxing promotions. And all of them, of course, I mean, from what I've heard and I've seen, a lot of boxers get paid more than MMA fighters. I mean, is that an option, would you say, for a combat like athlete right now to do boxing and MMA and kind of get like their feet wet?
What do you mean, like us do it? Or?
Well, just in general. I mean, like just the guys that are waiting for a fight. I mean, why not take a boxing bout?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, as long as because the records don't mix, right? The boxing records, Muay Thai record, and all that doesn't mix. So, I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, but then again, if you're not comfortable with it, I think that most people won't do it. I don't know. Some people just don't like straight stand up, or
No, definitely, man. And like you said, I mean, because a lot of times, and I always ask the fighters if it's hard for them to kind of like mentally block. Okay, I can't take him down, or I'm in a clinch, I can't throw the knee. So
second nature comes in sometimes for some people. I know I've done it when I first started training Muay Thai, and I started getting banged up. I was like, all right, double. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. And Steven, man, what are your thoughts on this, man?
I think as long as they have the proper skill set for it, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to take too much damage doing something else.
Yeah.
No, that's true, man. I mean, especially you don't want to get beat up and then break your ego, man.
Yeah,
so.
And that's what I like about MMA. Is like if somebody's a better boxer than you could out kickbox them, or if they're a better grappler, you could always try to outstrike them and keep it stand up. No,
and I mean it definitely completes the game. I know back in the day, asking everybody, it was kind of like where boxing, stops. I mean, from boxing, I mean, of course you don't have takedowns. Jiu-jitsu, the same thing. They didn't have striking, so they kind of got into mixed martial arts. Now, with the promotions going the way they are, I know here in Texas, me and Ovidio had talked about this. There's like 3 promotions as far as MMA. I mean, XKO being one of them. We have Fury FC that's coming to San Antonio on the 29th. And there's one actually in Beeville, I believe, man. It's an amateur circuit, Texas Clash. But, I mean, what do you say to people out there, as far as promoters? I mean, Texas does have a following, so you would say, bring it.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of MMA fans out here. The sport's like blowing up, and I don't think it's reached its pinnacle yet.
Your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, man, bring it, man, because we definitely want to see some fights out here, especially at Cowboys. We miss them, man.
No, and I was gonna say this because back when you guys were competing with Tama, I mean, Chip Thornsberg, he actually pushed it, man. I mean, he had promotions all over Texas, events all over Texas, and it did allow a lot of guys to go in there and actually fight. I mean, he was probably one of the longest running promotions in a long time, man. Now, let me ask you this, bro. As far as like sports, I mean, you guys done boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai. Was there ever anything that you guys used to train in to kind of help you, like, I mean, whether it was like bicycling, for example, or anything else?
No, yeah, we did. Like I said, we did inline. We were doing inline skating. We did that for a lot of years. So when we came in, we already had like strong legs and balance. You definitely needed balance. So I think that helped out a lot. Like core strength.
No, for sure, man. And Steven?
Yeah, definitely. Same thing. We did it for at least like 6 years straight, like every day, just out there grinding, literally, on curbs and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
Skate parks, street courses, vert ramps, all that stuff.
No, definitely. You see, and I mean, the thing about it is, I mean, you guys were active. I mean, when you kind of transition into MMA, I mean, of course, the muscle groups and muscle memories aren't the same, but I mean, you did have a strong core, and that's important with judo or jiu-jitsu or any sport, but really.
Yeah, I think definitely, that gave us a strong base, and especially like with balance, martial arts, you gotta have balance, man.
No, definitely, bro.
Yeah, so I think that helped out a lot.
You see, and I'll say this, like when I started myself, I mean, I was 25 or 26 when I started with Mike Rangel. And before this, I mean, I was a bricklayer. I was doing odd jobs, construction. And I always tell people, man, I had a good balance because we'd be up in scaffolds walking on the 2x8 with a freaking barrel full of cement.
Yeah.
You kind of have to have your balance, bro.
You were doing the old school martial art way.
Yeah, dude.
Brick on, brick off.
Yeah, and I tell people this, and I laugh about it because I was doing cross-training before cross-training, bro.
Yeah.
It was just like hardcore.
Before it was cool.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Who could lay the bricks faster or what?
I'm sorry?
The competition was who could lay the bricks faster or
yeah,
what?
bro, I'm not going to lie. Like, when it came to helpers, it was me and this little guy. He was probably like 5 foot. But this guy, I mean, we used to pass, like, bricks in 3s and 4s to, like, the second and third scaffold. And it was our job to kind of, I mean, we were the preppers. I mean, we didn't start bricklaying until like months later, but it was our job to set up the scaffold, get everything ready. And it was strenuous because, like I said, I mean, we had to literally, bro, like 3-4 bricks at a time, carrying cement with the shovel to the second and to the third. And I mean, it was hardcore, man, but it definitely muscle memory. You know, it never left.
Wild. Yeah.
Yeah, we still got that muscle memory.
Sure. Yeah, dude. I like to think of it as old man strength, man, but I don't think it's kicked in yet, man. We'll see.
My back don't feel like old man strength right now, bro.
Still waiting for that day.
No, that definitely, man. I mean, no rush, right? Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, guys. I mean, as far as, I mean, you guys doing Muay Thai at Ambush. As far as jiu-jitsu, man, would you guys ever consider putting the gi on and coming, getting back into grappling?
I mean, no, yeah, definitely. I still use the gi as much as I can, but I injured my hand last time I was rolling, just doing something stupid, posting on the mat like
something simple.
Something simple. I was like, I just jammed my whole hand on with my whole body weight on there, and it's like,
damn.
Yeah, I think
it's literally still now too.
It's because he was going light. Every time this guy goes light, he ends up hurting himself. It's weird.
See, and I always tell people this, man, because for me, I work all day, I go home, and I stretch, and boom, I'm like, damn, like something hurts, and, I'll sneeze, and I throw my back or something, but it's like, it's ailments, dude. Yeah. Getting old, bro.
Yeah, that's funny.
You didn't have the proper technique?
There you go. I didn't stretch before I yawned or before I stretched. I got to do that.
You got to stretch before stretching.
There you go. I'm going to note that down because I definitely need to do that more often. Let me ask you this, guys. I mean, the UFC, of course, their biggest promotion in the U.S. I mean, you have ONE FC in Asia. You have Bellator. A lot of these promotions that are on UFC Fight Pass, like Titan FC, Legacy. I mean, with so many promotions like that, do you think there's enough schools? I mean, obviously to supply these fights, but I mean, vice versa. Do you think we need more promotions?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think so. I think there's plenty out there. I mean, there's a lot of schools out there, man. It's crazy, but I mean, elite schools for like the elite competition. We might need some more of those. I don't know.
Just to kind of get the pro fighters more pro level fights.
For real, yeah.
Yeah, and definitely after a while, it gets a little hard to follow all the organizations,
Oh, yeah, man. And that's what I was saying earlier because the UFC pop up and you had mentioned like there's a UFC fight this week and I had to check because I was like, man, is there?
No, that's not till next week.
Yeah, and then speaking of that ONE FC, man, that 4-ounce glove Muay Thai matches, bro. Oh my God, those are sick.
Man, I saw that. I had to reread that because I was like, man, they're doing that. That's freaking nuts.
And it confuses people because people will be watching and they'll be like, oh, why are you letting him get back up? And you're like, that's straight up Muay Thai.
No, definitely, man. I mean, that's not for everybody.
Straight Muay Thai rules with 4-ounce.
They're like, what a gentleman.
And that does happen in MMA every once in a while, man, especially when the guy doesn't want to go to the ground. But I want you to bring one up, another thing. The XFN is actually going on, and we have Peter Stanonik, and he will be fighting Laurent Nelson. I mean, you actually train with Peter.
Yeah, man.
For both you guys.
Peter's beast, man. Peter's beast.
And we had talked this is going to be going on August 14th at the River Spirit Casino Resort. Are you guys going?
No, I wanted to, man. I can't travel right now.
Yeah, definitely work and stuff there. Restricting us a little bit,
Maybe you guys can ride their bike out there, man.
Right. Yeah, right. Straight to the casino. If I do go, I'll be in the casino, bro.
There you go. You might have to leave early, but, you'll get there.
Yeah. But, yeah, man. Good luck, Peter, on that one, man.
Yeah, definitely good luck, Peter. You got this.
Yeah, man. I mean, the fight itself, and I had to look it up because there's a 4-man heavyweight tournament. I mean, it's stacked, dude. I mean, it's definitely one of the big promotions out there. I mean, of course, we have Glory as far as like Muay Thai and kickboxing. Hopefully, we get the Texas one going here, and I believe it's going to be amateur. But I mean, obviously, you guys can be supporting.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Some of those amateur bouts, man, some of those are killers, man. And there's some girls out there too, man. Last time we were out there, the girls were killing it.
And that's one thing, man, because for me, like even now with work in general, like guys always try to muscle into everything and they get more aggressive. When women use more technique and they're more like, that's why they live longer, I guess you can say,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
They're a lot more technical, man. So I agree. I mean, that's definitely one. I love women fighting, bro. I mean, especially when they fight over me. But it's rare. I'm joking. No, man. Well, let me ask you, bro. No, I mean, you had said as far as training, you had Ovidio. I mean, you actually brought up the fact that you might actually want to start competing.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of my goals. Is once I get fully recovered, is just test myself again. I'm always testing myself, and that's probably one of the biggest ones after the accident is, being able to do what I was doing before, So definitely, I'm definitely going to throw on the 16-ounce gloves and get out there, man.
And let me ask you this, man. Would that be in the amateur circuit or in the pro level?
It's definitely amateur. I'm not going to jump into pro Muay Thai right after, So we'll see. I mean, I'm 35 right now, and I definitely don't have that many more years,
But you definitely test yourself, man.
Definitely test myself, yeah.
And Steven, man, can we see you in there, or are you just going to corner your brother, man?
I'll just be cornering him. But I've been thinking about doing like grappling matches and stuff like that again.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm glad you brought that up.
I'll have to do the Grandmasters or something.
There you go, dude. And as far as, we'll get Richard Odums to do an absolute with you, man.
Yeah, for all time's sake.
Say, run it.
Like, I'm a little heavier now, so try to pick me up.
I don't know how that's going to work out, Steve. You better get your insurance and all that stuff ready.
No, definitely stretch, man, so your thumb doesn't get hurt, bro.
But actually, jiu-jitsu tournaments do sound good too, man. That'd be pretty cool. Get back into jiu-jitsu also, yeah.
No, and you see, and like one of the things that your brother, Steven brought up, man, was that they have super fights. And for me, that's actually pretty cool, man, because it kind of levels you with somebody at your level. They match you up pretty well. But at the same time, I mean, experience, you definitely want to.
They're entertaining,
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree. I mean, I know they had, San Antonio in general, man. I mean, they have so many promotions coming out here with gi, no gi. Texas, I mean, they're all over the place. So it's definitely, you get a lot more options with grappling matches.
Yeah, no, definitely. And they're like full-blown events too, man. It's like a MMA event, but for
it's like live camera action, man.
Yeah.
Right, the mood lights and everything.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them, I know they do like walkout and that's nuts, but I mean, it's entertaining, so why not, bro?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, let me ask you guys, I'm going to ask a couple random questions. I'm going to pick who I'm going to ask. Let me see, Steven, if you were to get into wrestling, what would be your name and what would be your finishing move?
El Aso Waipo would be my name.
Aso Waipo?
I don't know. It'd be the. I don't know. I can't think of a name right now. What name would you give me, Junior?
Mil chingazos.
There you go, Mil chingazos.
With the mask or no mask, bro? That'd be the question.
I'd have to with the mask because one day you have to have the mask versus Pelo match. You know what I mean?
You go, man. There you go, man.
Pull his beard out and all that.
Man, that's a
good one at a time.
There you go, dude. And I mean, I grew up in the 80s, man, and I grew up watching Lucha Libre and wrestling, and I'm definitely a fan of it, man. I mean, I know we used to go to Centeno back in the day and sneak into the Lucha Libre matches, bro, but I'm a fan. That's why I had to ask that.
Yeah, my finisher would probably be the Bronco Buster.
There you go, man. Sure, why not, dude?
Yeah, when we were kids, we used to go to the AAA wrestling in Tijuana and stuff like that.
Oh, no kidding, man.
Yeah, I used to piss off the wrestlers and stuff like that.
I used to be that shit talker, talking shit to the wrestlers, and they'd be like, "Come in, ven pa acá, cabrón, come in." And I'm all like, "Chinga tu madre." And I just
run.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was just I just hassled the wrestlers, and they hated me, man.
Damn, dude, you're one of those. What do they call those people on Facebook?
Troll.
Yeah,
you go.
I was a troll, man. I was trolling the old wrestlers, man. I think Pedro Aguayo was my.
Oh,
I got him pretty mad.
Man, that's pretty cool. Now, let me ask you, man, as far as, let me go with, well, actually, I already asked Steven the question. I'm going to go with Ovidio. Bro, and this is for you, man. As far as growing up, what was one movie that scared the hell out of you, man?
A scary movie? Man, I always had to think for zombies, man. I want to say Night of the Living Dead was probably one of the scariest movies for me.
And definitely a classic, man.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you having kids, do you let them watch stuff like that?
No, yeah, definitely, man. My kids are into the paranormal activity stuff, man. Like, we went to the Black Swan Inn with the kids and all that. They love the scary stuff, man.
Yeah, bro. I did the same thing with my kids. I have two daughters, and my youngest, like one day, she was like 4 or 5. My oldest had stayed with her mom, and I had asked her, I said, "Hey, what do you want to watch?" And I put on 2 cartoon movies in front of her, and she was like, "Hey, let's watch Chucky." So I knew I ruined her, man. I was like, damn.
Yeah, no, they're into that stuff. They're all into the scary stuff.
Here's the stall.
There you go. All right, man. Well, that was a good one, bro. I actually dig that movie. Now, Steven, let me ask you another one, man. On this one, if you could have $1 million up front, or you get to live for 100 years healthy, man, what would you choose?
Probably 100 years healthy. you know.
No, I mean, that makes sense. That way you can keep fighting, bro.
That's true. Yeah,
Get your career going.
I could be a purple belt when I'm 90 years old, you know.
There you go. For the 40th year.
For the year in a row, I always miss rank day.
No, definitely, man. I know I joke around and I say, man, I got like 10 stripes on my blue belt right now, dude. It's been a while. Now, as far as questions, Ovidio, if you could do anything, if you could travel anywhere, I mean, where would it be? And for, like, say if you could train anywhere for like 6 months, I mean, where would it be?
Definitely go to Thailand. Just go train some authentic, tough Muay Thai out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then not just like get the tradition of it also, and you can get a tattoo while I'm out there. With that big needle.
See, I've always wanted to go just to go kick a banana tree, man.
Yeah, well, I had banana trees at home, so I was always tearing up my mom's banana trees, bro. I saw Bloodsport, it was game over, or kickboxer, just kicking those banana trees. You know what I mean?
You see, I will say this, bro. Don't do it at HEB because they get mad at you, bro. So I tried that and it didn't work out for me.
Those bananas aren't on the banana tree anymore.
There you go.
Just kicking bananas.
Throw them in the air.
Smashing bananas.
Yeah, hey, that's actually a Scott band, I think, man. Might be. Hey, gentlemen, I do appreciate you guys for stopping by. Steven, thank you for making it out here, man. I know you're tired from the bike ride. Ovidio, next time, bro, we're definitely going to bring you in. Anything else you want to say before?
Yeah, just thank you for having us, man, and peace and love.
Yeah, thanks for having us out here, yo. Say thanks to Ambush team out there. Fernando Cucuy still being an awesome coach, still being in there. All our homies, Bobby Peak.
Yeah, definitely, man. I know you guys. I mean, we brought that up back in the day, man. But bunch of killers, bro. So everybody's still out there, and that's always good to see, man.
Stay killing it, guys.
Yeah, stay killing it.
There you go, man. Everybody listening, stay tuned. Follow up. Check us up on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Till next time, follow up.